Youth Empowerment Show. Make some noise, make some noise. All right, listen. I'm excited about this one. All right, we got a brother all the way from Cali, Hollywood, California, is coming out here. All right, he flew here this morning. So when he comes out, I need y'all to show him mad love, right? You've seen him on Stomp the Yard. You've seen him on Soul Food. You've seen him do choreography for NSYNC, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, and he's an author. Make some noise for Darrin from sunny California. Make some noise one more time. Make some noise one more time.
How's everybody doing? Come on, New York. How's everybody doing?
Listen, man. I want to know everything. I know the journey was tough, man, but we've seen you all over our TVs, our big screens. What's your journey like?
It's been fun and it's unfolding. You know, I was born and raised in the Bronx. And it was just the anniversary of hip hop, so happy anniversary to hip hop. I grew up, in the Bronx, going to the Zulu anniversary jams, watching the Rocksteady crew get down, watching Africa Bambaataa on the turntable.
Bronx River.
So you know what I'm saying, right in Bronx River. I grew up 5 minutes from Bronx River, so it was great for me growing up. It was a part of my process and my teaching.
Awesome. Our theme today is from passion to paycheck. And I know recently it says when you don't care, the people working for you don't care. You made that statement. I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Well, passion to paycheck for me, it simply means find your purpose. And once you find your purpose, you'll be passionate about it, right? And then the paychecks come. I have a saying, whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. So once you focus on what you really want, like really, really want, it shows up, right? Other people call it the law of attraction. Other people call it God's blessings, right? Other people call it focus. Whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. So you always want to focus on what you're focusing on. You want to think about what you're thinking about because it's going to follow suit. And have any of you, just by a raise of hands, have any of you ever focused on something you didn't want and it kept showing up? Well, that's why it kept showing up, because you kept focusing on it. You kept giving it your energy. So when we talk about passion and paycheck, I believe in doing what feels good. I believe in doing what feels right, because when it feels right, I want to do more of it. And because I do more of it, I put more of my energy behind it. Because I put more of my energy behind it, it shows up. And so I don't have $100 ideas, I have $1 million ideas. You see what I'm saying? And I don't have friends that are broke, I have millionaire friends. You can't be what you can't see. So I make sure that the vision stays in my head.
What was that quote one more time?
You can't be what you can't see.
You better visualize.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. There's a couple quotes I wanted to say. They say comparison is the thief of joy. A lot of times, we scrolling through the gram, everybody looks like they winning, right? I see like people that throwing money in the air. They look like they driving nice cars. They look like they're doing it big, right? But I heard this quote that says, "Never compare your behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel."
That's real.
Right?
That's so real, because we're subjected now by, a culture of social network, right? So we are on Instagram, we're on Twitter, on Facebook, and as you know, you could create an idea of something, right? And project it because of the imagery of it. What people see, they believe. You see, with the eyes see, the mind believes. So it's like television. You tell a lie with a vision. Tell I vision. That's what it is. It's programming. The same way a computer is programmed, or something is programmed, it's the same way your mind works. When you see something over and over and over again, you start to believe it. Same thing that's going on, right? We heard about all of these situations happening in Virginia right now, right? With the, you know, with the anarchy that's going on there, with the Confederate flags and the swastikas, right? Well, think about it. There's a movie out that's called Detroit. The same exact thing is happening. So I believe that programming is really going on right now. So what happens is life imitates art and art imitates life. So whatever, again, we focus on becomes, because thoughts become things, because everything is energy. So when we talk about what's on social networks right now, we're talking about images that project or provided to people, and we scroll all day long. When you go to sleep at night, you can't sleep. The reason that you can't sleep is something called cognitive dissonance. What's happening is your brain is starting to process everything that you looked at or everything you absorbed in a day. And because it's not done processing it, you can't sleep. And so you're trying to decide whether it's good or bad, and you can't make the decision because there's so much still processing. It's like when a computer slows down because it's still trying to process something. Same thing is going on with our brains. You've got to disconnect. And in order for you to live what you're passionate about, what your purpose is, you have to disconnect from what other people are doing. You see, there's only two types of people that are born in the hospital. Those that write the check and those that cash the check. The people who write the checks, they're not tuned in, tapped in, and turned on to what everybody else is doing. They're focused on what they want to do. The people who are cashing the checks are the ones that's scrolling, that's paying attention to what everybody else is doing. You gotta unplug.
Yes. Amazing advice.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. Before we go any further, I want to open it up. Anyone want to chime in real quick? Because brother's saying a lot of deep things, so we want to make sure that we allow y'all the opportunity to. He's like, nah, I just want to keep listening.
Yeah.
All right, yes, please.
Being that you performed in something, being that I'm separate, I wanted to know how it was actually performing with the dance aspect and singing aspect since I
Clap it up, clap it up.
So the question was, what was it like to perform and Stomp the Yard with the dance aspect and the stepping aspect? Everybody knows that, you know, I'm an award-winning choreographer, and if you don't, then I am. You know, Google me, as they say, right? That's what they say now, Google me, right? I won the MTV Music Award for Insync's Bye Bye Bye. And
that's my go-to karaoke song, by the way.
But it was probably one of the most difficult things that I ever did because I don't drum. And people who step understand what I'm saying. Stepping is like drumming because you have to keep two different rhythms at the same time. It was literally one of the hardest things I had ever done in my life. And I remember we shot Stomp the Yard for 3 months. And I remember after the second month, I was sitting in the bathtub and my legs were black. I mean, when I say black, they were black because we were like, every day. And I remember getting up in the morning, it was about 7 o'clock in the morning, and I said, why am I doing this to myself? Like, I literally had to find a reason that I was putting myself through all of this pain. When I say black, I mean black. I don't mean blue, I mean black. My skin is brown. When I say black, I mean like this floor. They were black. And I was in pain, and I remember being nauseous and getting sick because I was so tired. Because the Mugamas rehearsed opposite of the theaters, and it was like 12 hours a day, then we were filming. And then, of course, I had to construct all of my choreography that I did for like the wolf trap stuff. So I really had to find out the reason, and the reason that I did it was I wanted to be in the fraternity of the men who were dancer choreographers who had turned to actors, like Gregory Hines, or Fred Astaire, or Gene Kelly, or Michael Jackson. And I wanted to be in that fraternity. And so that movie did that for me. So I found my purpose through my passion.
Awesome.
We see the Hollywood stuff, the glitz and the glamour, and we think everything is all peaches and cream and everything's all good, right? We want to know the real deal. What's the most difficult thing that you've ever experienced in your life, and how'd you overcome that?
Do I have anybody in here that wants me to tell the truth?
Yep.
Yeah.
Y'all want to hear the truth?
Yeah.
Okay. It's not easy, but it's worth it. I'm from New York. I grew up in the Bronx. I grew up to a single parent home. My mother worked 3 jobs. My dad wasn't around. He's my best friend today, but he wasn't around when I was a kid. He wasn't around when I was a teenager, and he wasn't around when I left home. He wasn't around when I went to high school. He wasn't around for my graduation. He wasn't around for my birthdays. So I had to decide to ask more of myself than anybody could ever ask of me. That way I knew I was always going to be prepared. And another thing I remembered was, with whom you assemble, you will soon resemble. So you better check your circle.
Yes.
With whom you assemble, you will soon resemble. So check your circles on a consistent basis. Okay? And the reason that I say that is not to impress you, but to impress upon you. You can do anything that you desire to do, anything that your mind envisions. Scripture says they shall perish for their lack of vision, which simply means you have to have vision, which is why you can't scroll, because when you scroll, you're looking at somebody else's vision, not your own. I had people who tried to come to me early on and distribute their desires on me. I had people who offered me drugs. I had people who offered me opposite of sexuality that I am. Like, if you are what you are, cool, but don't try to subject me to what you do or who you are. Don't test me. That's not where I come from. That's not how I am, right? So do what you do, but that's not for me. I've had people offer me money for roles that I didn't believe in. You see what I'm saying? So you have to know who you are. You have to know what you want, and most of all, you have to know why you want it. Because if you don't have a strong enough why, you'll do anything.
Again, there's certain points I don't want y'all to miss. So we hear the term why. Break that down for us.
Your why. Everything is in your why. In other words, why do you... I have people come up to me all the time and go, I want to be famous. And I go, why? They don't know. I have people come up to me and go, I want to be in the movies. Can you put me in the movie? And I go, why do you want to be in the movie? I have people come up to me and go, I want to rap. Why? Why? I'm always going to ask why, because your power is in your why. You see? And if I gave you the simplest answer, and if we break the simplest answer down, which is because, that's the simplest answer, but it's so intelligent and it's so acute. To be means to live in the moment, the now, and to cause something means to be in action. So if you think you slick and you're just going because, you have no idea how powerful that statement is. Then you got to go and break that down. To be means to live in your now, your new opportunity window. I'm going to say that again. Your now, new opportunity window. And to cause means to be active or in action of. So when you say because, I go, okay, why? What is your actions and what are you trying to be? Like most people who want to be wealthy, I go, well, be wealthy now and watch how fast you become wealthy. Because the word is in it, become. Be and then soon it will come.
That's right.
Become. So if you want to be wealthy, think wealthy, read wealthy, act wealthy, talk wealthy, and watch wealth follow you.
I don't want to.
I know, right? You're like, whoa. Okay.
How about that?
So we have a lot of people sitting in our audience that they have goals. You know, we all have goals. And sometimes we start to see that our goals are not being met. It becomes like really discouraging. So how can we take our goals and turn it into reality? Like, what steps should we take?
How do we turn thoughts into things?
That's right.
One of the things I'm going to tell you right now is be a visionary. Everybody here, again, I'm just like you. I'm from New York. I'm from the Bronx. I was a visionary. I saw it before I held it. I saw it in my mind. Before I worked with Michael Jackson, I saw myself working with Michael Jackson. Before I worked with Prince, I saw myself working with Prince. Before I held the MTV Music Award, I desired and I saw it in my head. Before I was on Soul Food playing Limb, I saw it. Before I was in Stomp the Yard, I saw it. What I'm telling you is if you desire something, I don't care how old you are. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you came from, who you came through. What I am telling you is this. Anything that you desire to have is already yours if you believe it. If you have the vision of it, you can actually hold it. All you have to do is vibrate like it. Because whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. I'm going to say that again. Whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. Like right now, very quickly, I have this thing that I do called the Entertainers and Actors Studio Discussion. Right? So what we do there, I facilitate getting other actors, actresses, entrepreneurs, wealthy people, people in the industry to tell you exactly what they did. In other words, we give you the blueprint for success. All you got to do is pick up your magnifying glass. We give it to you. Success leaves clues. All you have to do is follow the clues and the treasure is right there. I didn't go to dance school, but I danced. I didn't go to acting school. I acted and I read every day. So when people come up to me and they go, I want to be an actor, I want to be in movies. And I go, well, are you reading? I don't like to read. Well, how are you going to act on the film? Because everything is in the script. You've got to read the script. Then you've got to comprehend the script. Then you've got to study the script and memorize the script in order to distribute what the script says on screen. It is a process. And unless you want to go through the process, chances are you will not allow yourself to deal with enough pain in order to get what you want. Unless you're willing to go through the pain and your why is strong enough, you're not going to get what you want. Because you may be too weak to go through what you say you want, what it looks like you want, what you desire, but are you willing to do the work in order to trade to get what you want? Right. Yes or yes? Yes. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? It's a trade. You got to give something in order to get something. I worked long and hard to get my award. I worked long and hard to do the movies. I just finished 3 films. I just finished a film with Octavia Spencer a week ago called Candid. I just finished a film with Ernie Hudson and Armand Asante 3 days ago. And a month prior to that, I did a movie called Flash Forward, which you guys will hear about soon. But what I'm saying to you is, if you can see it, believe it, you can achieve it. Right. All you got to do is the work. Right.
You're dropping so much knowledge to us, but is this knowledge in the book? Can I find it somewhere?
Absolutely. I'm glad that you asked. I actually bought some gifts for the studio audience.
Did you come bearing gifts?
Yes. This book is called Ain't That the Truth? Acknowledge, admit, and invite truth into your life. And a lot of what I've said is actually in this book. People ask me all the time questions, but I don't have a long period of time going through airports and meeting people. So I said, I can't be everywhere, but a book can. Yes. So some of the things that you need to read in daily affirmations are inside of this book. And I wanted to put this together because I want to assist people so they can help themselves. I don't believe you can help anybody. I believe you can assist them. Then they have to help themselves. So the book is called Ain't That the Truth? Acknowledge, admit, and invite truth into your life. And sometimes we have to do things that don't always feel good, but it's necessary in order for our growth to get it done. So hopefully this book will help you. I know that certain members in the studio audience will get copies of the book. And I hope that it helps you, and I hope that you enjoy it.
Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. You gotta run, but this is yours. Thank you, sir. There's what we call a wall of dreams. We're visionaries here, right? That's the wall. That's the whole wall, right? Now, on the wall of dreams, the whole theme of this segment was speaking the truth into existence. We're not talking about what you're gonna do. We're not talking about what you have done. We're speaking it in the now. So whatever you write on the wall, it has to start with I am, or whatever it is that you want to do. All right? So write it on the wall, dreams, something that you haven't
That
achieved.
wall right there?
This wall right here.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
This whole wall right there. Right there. And then afterwards, I know the Yes King and the Yes Queen are getting your book, and we're gonna figure out how we're gonna distribute the remaining outfits. So make some noise one more time for Darrin. How do we follow you? How do we follow you?
Follow me on Instagram under I am Darrin D Henson, and just for this, and Twitter, Mr. D Hen.